Hey guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder with another Pokemon video, and today we're discussing about President Trump's tariffs and its effect on the Pokemon card market. So, as you know, I am an expert in Pokemon cards and definitely an expert in tariffs. I say that sarcastically. I don't know what I don't know. So take a lot of this video with a grain of salt, and obviously we all know that the tariffs are impacting everything. It's not just Pokemon cards, it's with food, it's with cars, it's with anything that we import as a country. So I'm not an expert in this, and I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about this, but I do know Pokemon cards. I do know, I've ripped all the crinkles, I've seen all the boxes, I've seen all the Pokeballs. I know Pokemon. So we're going to go right into Reddit, because Reddit is the only place you can find incorrect information. So questionable information. Okay, first off, we know about the Canada tariffs for a while. The Canadian tariffs happened months ago. 25% will likely apply to Pokemon products, among other TCG brands. It seems that Pokemon TCG will be classified under playing card in Canada's tariff system. Code of whatever. I think it'll likely target 52 card decks used for casino games, etc. Unfortunately, TCGs fall under this umbrella. Starting March 4th, 25% tariff was applied to this category of imported goods. Canadians hoping to get Journey together will likely need to fork out an additional 25%, probably including your pre-orders. As I'm aware, all English Pokemon TCGs are printed in the United States for NA distribution. Yay for trade wars. So this is affecting all the Canadians. So obviously this is a good point. If you are in Canada and you're buying Pokemon cards, you're going to get a 25% tariff. That's going to be 25% increase of the cards, of the product, and it's going to go spread. So just right off the bat, if you're Canadian, you're going to face this, and you've already seen this already. Canadian Pokemon card prices have already gone up, in my opinion. They've been going up for a while now, and this is only going to make it worse for Canadians. That's one group that's going to be affected already. So a lot of my fans, a lot of folks who watch these videos, they're Canadians. They're from Canada. They're from north of the border, so to speak. So, boom. That's one effect right there. So if you're buying Pokemon cards outside of the U.S., from the U.S., you're going to see tariffs increase. You're going to see tariffs increase, the prices increase with all the Pokemon cards from the United States. So if it's printed in English, it's probably printed in either two locations, the U.S. or the U.K. So that's what's going to be happening now. Next thing. Anyone else pausing and collecting right now? With the tariffs going in effect today, I'm feeling a bit uneasy. Prices on goods, our jobs, our retirement are all less stable place today than yesterday. Because of this, I find myself pausing on purchasing Pokemon cards. It's not permanent, but more of a wait and see. Anyone else feeling of this apprehension? This is a key thing about the Trump tariffs affecting people. Your budgets, your dollar amounts. Folks are going to get laid off, okay? And if we do go into recession, that means a lot of people are going to be exiting the hobby because they can't afford Pokemon cards. That's a big thing right now that I think would affect most people. It's not about the product. It's about the demand. I think, maybe I'm a little crazy right here saying that demand Pokemon cards might decrease because people are going to not be able to afford Pokemon cards. If you don't have a job and you're not making income, you're not going to be buying Pokemon cards. You're not going to be going and spending hundreds of dollars on ETBs, booster boxes, booster packs. Because, to be quite frank, you're going to be unemployed. So I think that's something to note. I think that's the one thing that's going to cause people to exit the hobby. That's the one thing that's going to cause people to not get into the, buying Pokemon cards. Because people are going to be losing jobs or their priorities are going to change. Folks are not going to be buying Pokemon cards if they're going to be, if they're going to see prices go up for food, for clothes, for basic utilities. Everything's going to go up. We don't grow enough food in this country to basically have a sustainable, meals or economy, whatever you want to call it. We have to import a lot of our goods from other countries. Bananas, avocados, oranges, a lot of these foods are from other places in the world, and they're going to be tariffed. They're going to go up in price. So that's what's going to cause a problem. Okay, other comments right here. I've definitely slowed down, but it's not due to the economy. It's because of the recent Pokemon boom. I don't care enough to pay double or in some cases triple MSRP for a brand new set. I've mostly been buying singles online to try and make new decks. It's been pretty fun trying different things and new things. I've been picking up cool looking singles on eBay for the last month or so. Also some Japanese vintage. My retirement is down 10% less than a month. Haha. Might as well enjoy the cards because we aren't going to retire. I buy Pokemon singles. Prices of packs here in Ontario are beyond ridiculous. I haven't got any of the new sets from 151 onwards except trainer cards. As fun as it opening packs, I don't see myself reasonably buying them for a long time. Absolutely not. If anything, I'm hoping cards become more affordable and I can buy more singles in the near future. I do have a very stable job though that helps my addiction/hobby. Getting Japanese vintage. Y'all fighting over steel product, Lamau. A lot of people here. So, I think you got a mixed bag here in these comments. And I think it's fair. Some folks are going to still buy Pokemon cards if they have a stable job. Other people already, they're frustrated in the hobby. And that's because the demand has been so high. People have been buying out all the product already. It's impossible to really be like, yeah, man, like, sure, the economy, the tariffs are going in, but I've still not found any packs in the past 2 months. And I think that's valid, too. I think that's actually more valid because the boom has really enlarged the net, so to speak. More folks are more invested. More folks are getting in. And I say invested, I literally mean invested. Like, they think that the Pokemon card hobby is an investment right now. So, okay. Other things that tariffs will affect is the PSA market. PSA temporarily halts acceptance of submissions from outside the U.S. Hi, everyone. I received this email last night. Tariffs impact PSA submissions. Starting April 2nd, PSA will temporarily pause the acceptance of PSA grading submissions directly to its U.S. facilities, including through PSA.com, from customers located in all the countries outside the United States. We are actively working on solutions and will keep you updated. Thank you for understanding. I can't guarantee. I can't see it changing for a while. All I know is Beckett might be getting more business potential with them being in the Germany now. Glad Beckett's in Germany too. Damn, the entire comment section got squad wiped. Perhaps this is where Ace in the UK starts making more headway. And this is a thing. PSA, the PSA secondary market, the market that when you rip things, when you sell and send it to PSA to be graded, they're going to take a hit by this. And I get it. A lot of the market is outside of the US, but think about it. If you're a Japanese card dealer in Japan and you want to get PSA graded, you are not going to be sending your cards to the United States anymore. If your cards are in Germany, in Europe, or in South America, you're not sending your cards to get PSA graded anymore. So PSA directly is going to get impacted by this. If you're in Canada and Mexico, countries that are literally connected to the United States, PSA, again, will not accept your submissions. And these are countries where you can mail and deliver things within a week. So a lot of folks, a lot of customers will be impacted by this. And honestly, the demand and supply of PSA might decrease because of this. And again, it's because of the tariffs. This is temporary. Again, PSA says this is temporary. They might open facilities in like Canada or Europe or in Asia. But right now, it seems like most of their facilities are based in the United States. And so they cannot do that. So it will be impacted. And again, PSA card grading is the largest. They are the largest card grader. An example of the tariffs here. The tariffs are against valued items in the order rather than the PSA service. That means sending high-value Pokemon cards or sports cards to PSA will result in hefty fines. Under a 10% tariff, for example, a card with a $5,000 value would incur a $500 fee. So there is significant dollar amounts. The amount of dollars that fees will be being affected is going to be massive. If a $5,000 card gets a $500 fee, no one's going to be sending their PSA graded submissions through PSA because no one wants to pay for a $500 card fee. That's on top of the card, saying everything. That costs hundreds of dollars already. So you're also going to be getting a $500 card fee, which I think is insane. Okay, last one. Are y'all ready to pay 24% more for Pokemon cards? I've included the link into the article. It's gifted, so it'll be free of paywall. Today, the Trump administration is enacting sweeping tariffs on a large majority of U.S. trading partners. One of them is Japan, which is seeing a 24% on all imported goods from Japan. Scalpers now get ready to lose your money from the hobby we all love. Good luck to everyone. Pokemon already prints more packs in the U.S., although a lot of tins and Pokeballs are made in China. Who cares? I can't find any way to buy anyway. Or if you don't buy Japanese, Chinese, if you're in the US, if I'm being honest, Pokemon cards are the last thing I'm worried about with these tariffs. From the article, here's what to know. The United States will impose a staggering 34% tariff on Chinese goods on top of a 20% tariff that has been imposed on Beijing in recent months. The European Union will see a 20% rate on imports, while Japan is set for 24%. India will face a 26% tariff to exports to the United States. So let's just go on the details of this, okay? So China makes a lot of the products. The plastic, the tins, the Pokeballs. They make a majority of the cheap shit you get in ETBs, in, booster boxes. And obviously the card prints are printed made in the United States. Yes, the card prints are here in America. The other stuff, the boxes, the stuff that is kind of like cheaply made, the plastic, the cardboard, that's from China and Japan. And you're going to see those increase. We might actually see no more tins, no more mini tins, no more cardboard boxes, no more little bonuses you get in ETB because of this. The damage counter dice, the dice itself from the ETBs, those come from China and Japan. I've seen so many of these boxes, I've opened them up, and it says made in China. 10 out of 10 of the time. So we're going to see ETBs either go up in prices, or they're going to lose stuff, and you're going to be paying more for less. And I say that because that's what's going to happen. The consumer is going to have to pay more of this. Distributors, the manufacturers, they're not going to cut their losses here. They already know that if they raise their prices, we'll buy them up. GameStop has been increasing their prices before the tariffs were enacted. I can see Target, I can see Best Buy, I can see Walmart increasing the value of the product before it hits the shelves because of tariffs and because they can get away with it. So in the day, guys, the question is, will tariffs affect Pokemon cards? The answer is fuck yeah, it will. It absolutely will. You're going to see this from the top to the bottom of the entire hobby. I can see distributors fucking up everything for everyone. And I can see retailers then saying, hey, we're going to charge 20 to 25% more on Pokemon ETBs, on booster packs, on booster boxes, on even the bare minimal stuff. Because they get a lot of their product and their supplies from China, from other parts of the country. And if you're in the secondary market with PSA, you're going to see that already. There's going to be less submissions and there's going to be increase of the costs. The costs, and I don't know how PSA works. Let me be clear. I'm not an expert in PSA myself, but I'm sure the slabs that they put in, the little print things that they have on the PSA cards, that probably comes from China. Those plastic little the dividers, whatever you want to call them, they probably aren't manufactured in America. I guarantee they buy them in bulk in Asia, in China mainly, and they get it imported. Because we don't make that stuff here in the United States. We don't make slabs. We don't make little pieces of plastic that are magnetized. We don't make that here. China does. So that's what's gonna happen. And end of the day here, I gotta point out, like, a lot of folks are gonna be saying, hey, this is capitalism at work. Capitalism is at work at the end of the day is a free market. And when you're having a tariff, which is basically a tax, that's not a free market. You're basically creating scarcity and you're creating more of hurt to the consumer. End of the day, I'm not an expert either. I don't know this shit. I'm a Pokemon YouTuber. That's all I am. I'm a Pokemon YouTuber. So let me know in the comments how you guys feel about these tariffs. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be affected by these tariffs. Let me know in the comments if we're going to be seeing more of this shit down the road. End of the day, here's my prediction. My prediction is that prices will go up by 20 to 25% minimal. I'm not saying that cards are going to go up by 50%, but in ETB, it's going to go from $49.99 to about $65 to $70 in the next few months. Anyway, guys, it's your boy Kenny Boulder. If you like this content, like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you next time. Take care.